Yeah.
Okay. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for dialing in and listening in. This is Gregory Muscari up here in Bozeman, Montana, welcoming you to our special Zoom call tonight. And any of our speakers, if you're not speaking, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, so we'll have a nice clear line, and I can turn it over to our Chief Executive Officer, John Terhune, the crypto attorney, who's going to be hosting the first portion of this call. So without further ado, John, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Gregory, and good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are excited about this call. When we had the idea of this call, the idea was to really give people some update and insight as to the true state of where the cryptocurrency world is right now. And most of you watch the media and you see all type of feedback from the media where the cryptocurrency world is right now as far as market capitalization. You see commentary about Bitcoin, etc. And we wanted to give you some clarity, and no greater place to look for clarity than the team at Crypto IQ. Let me give you a little outline of what's going to happen this evening, and we're going to move very quickly. I'm going to conduct 3 different interviews tonight. I'm going to start with Charlie Shrem. I will then move on to Randy Ozer and then Roger Tishner. All of these are principals at Crypto IQ, and all of them bring different but very complementary skill sets in regards to what they are seeking to achieve in the world of cryptocurrency. So I think you're going to really enjoy these conversations. And then when I'm through those 3 interviews, I'm going to turn it over to Gregory, and we're going to share with you some real special programs that we've put in place for the month of July. That you can really get engaged. And I sent out something on Facebook today, and I talked about my 18-month journey in cryptocurrency and kind of self-teaching myself and giving myself a PhD, but that took me about 6 months and about 6 hours a day. And I'm telling you, what you're going to hear tonight is going to give you a resource to be able to dramatically shortcut that process and be able to have a resource that's going to be something that you can trust going forward and going to be a great guide for you specific to cryptocurrency and your involvement in it. I'm going to start the evening by asking some questions of Charlie Shrem. Most of you know who Charlie is. I just got back from Asia. I was in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, and even all the way halfway around the world, when you mention Charlie's name, people immediately know who that is. You're able to really get a good picture of Charlie's background and his journey in cryptocurrency. If you go on Netflix, there's a great movie called Banking on Bitcoin, and that was pretty much the Charlie Shrem story. When I describe Charlie, I describe him in a number of ways. Number one, he is not in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is in him. This is who he is. This is who he was born to be. When you get around Charlie, you'll get to realize that this is a passion of his. Number 2, Charlie is sought after by billionaires and billion-dollar hedge funds for his advice in the cryptocurrency space. He's been in cryptocurrency literally since the beginning. He got into Bitcoin and knew about Bitcoin probably sooner than almost everyone, with the exception of about 10 people on planet Earth. He would have been within that first grouping that knew about Bitcoin. And Charlie is somebody that has a passion, as you will hear, for educating people and giving the common person the ability to be able to participate in this remarkable revolution that we're going through right now with the advent of a new technology called cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Charlie, with that, let me say welcome. Glad to have you on the call tonight. Thanks for taking a few minutes.
To be here, you make me feel old. I feel like I've been in this space almost a decade.
Well, you're old in the decade in the space, but you're a young man. That's a great analogy. I couldn't help but think about you when I was in Singapore, Charlie. I was watching the news, and they were decrying the state of Bitcoin. They were talking about how Bitcoin's value has gone down so dramatically from its highs in 2017. And it's so funny when I hear that, because I immediately think of you, because there's very few people who have the perspective of Bitcoin. And the news media never mentions that in January of 2017, Bitcoin was worth $1,000. And today it's only worth $6,000, 6 times what it was 18 months ago. So Charlie, can we start tonight by you giving the audience a little bit of perspective on Bitcoin, where it was, what it's gone through, what you've seen and gone through as far as volatility, where it is and where you feel like it's going, please.
Less than 3 years ago, I was sitting in a room with a friend of mine, and the price of Bitcoin had gone from $100 to $1,200. and we were sitting in a room, and he's like, Charlie, you got me into this crypto thing. The price is $200, and it's dumped. It's dumped all the way down to $200 for one Bitcoin. I can't do it anymore. I can't wait. We're already 4 or 5 months into it. We're 6 months into a bear market, and I can't wait. When are we going to go back to $1,200? And I said, Joe, you got to do it. You got to wait it out. I've been through 5 of these already. And I'm happy to say that Joe waited, and it was only another 6 months that he had to wait when the price was finally rebounding. $500, $600, $700, all the way up to $20,000 for one Bitcoin. And now I get people sitting in a room with me say, Charlie, I bought Bitcoin at $20,000, $18,000, and now it's only at $6,000. What do I do? And I say, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Joe at $200, and I'm going to say the same thing I told Steven at $32, and I'm going to tell the same thing I told to John at $4. It ebbs and it flows. You just got to wait it through, and you got to build, and you got to get involved in the space, and you got to hold. And that's the only way to deal with these, because the people that made millions and hundreds of millions and billions of dollars didn't do it when the price was going up. They did it when the price was going down, and they bought when no one else wanted to buy. And then when the price finally went up and did well, they made tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. And that's what I did. I bought when no one else was buying in 2014, 2015. I was rebuying it again, and I'm rebuying now. It's when I'm doing it again. And when Roger comes on, Roger is the chart genius. He'll look at the charts for you and tell you what to look at. But that's just the way it is.
Charlie, why, for people who are relatively new to cryptocurrency, they don't understand why Bitcoin is such an influencer on the entire marketplace. In other words, there's the old saying, when Bitcoin has a cold, then the entire market sneezes. In other words, all of the other altcoins are affected by that. Why is it that Bitcoin has such a...
It's a good question. Bitcoin is the market leader. It's market dominance. It's also the first and oldest crypto. And it's what people use as like the safe store of value long term. And mostly every other coin and token is denominated in Bitcoin itself. So when Bitcoin loses value in dollar terms, everything else loses value too. It's just a market leader, but the dominance has gone down. It used to be 80-90%, and now it's only at 30-40%.
I noted when it was up to about $20,000 at the end of 2017, its dominance was actually down to about 34%.
Yep.
That varies also. Charlie, a bigger question in regards to the industry itself. I'm convinced, being around you and Roger and Randy, that this is simply an ebb and flow time, and that the best days of cryptocurrency are in fact ahead of us with the institutional money that's getting ready to come in. Randy and I are going to talk about that just a little bit, but where do you see the overall market in cryptocurrency going over the next several years, 5 years, even in relation to what you've seen over the last 8 years as an old man in cryptocurrency?
Yeah, we haven't even seen like real money involved in crypto yet. I was telling someone earlier, it's like this is still like games. This is still an experiment. We haven't seen real institutional money even get involved. You think the rise 20,000 was big? Wait until real money gets involved, and that's when we'll see rises to $50,000, $100,000, even Bitcoin at $1 million. That's when the real money comes in. That's when it'll really happen. But right now, these institutional money is starting to take Bitcoin seriously. These family offices, these hedge funds, they're finally taking Bitcoin seriously and all cryptocurrency as a whole. And what they're doing is they're waiting for like a floor to be established. Whether that's 6,000 so far, it's looking like it is. As long as 6,000 continues to stay in like that range, then the institutional money can start coming in. It really depends on how the next month or two plays out. But overall, as a whole, I mean, the whole industry is growing. It's completely bullish. It's growing by leaps and bounds. And Andreessen Horowitz just announced $450 million fund for crypto companies. It's just, I mean, this is just still the early days of crypto, but it's growing. It's epic. It's amazing, and it's super exciting.
Charlie, two other questions that I think are a little bit different than what people expect that I'd ask of you. We always talk about, money in cryptocurrency. We talk about the enormous upside to getting the right cryptocurrency at the right time. One of the things I love you guys do with your newsletters, you actually share your portfolio with people to be able to show them exactly what you're getting invested in. Two kind of off the subject questions in regards to making money. One of them being, and I don't think people get this, the impact of cryptocurrency on the entire world in regards to the unbankable. Most people don't know that the world is made up of literally billions of people that cannot open a bank account, so they can't have a business. And this democratization of money through things like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency really has the ability to be able to change the world well beyond making available a lot of money who are at the right time at the right place.
Crypto is literally a bank in your pocket. I mean, that's literally what it is. So you have the ability. There's a huge industry. There's a huge market for people, like you said, who can't open up bank accounts. And it's not just in the world. It's also in the United States. These people can't open up bank accounts. And with cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin specifically, now you have the ability for people to have banks in their pockets. I mean, it's a $1 trillion industry that's of the unbanked that we could potentially disrupt. And we already are disrupting.
One last question, Charlie, and this one has to do with what I know is your heart. When you started with your partners, Crypto IQ, you had a very focused mission, and I know that part of that mission is creating a community of people that have a place that they can trust to get advice and perspective and insight on the cryptocurrency space. Could you share with the audience your vision and your understanding of community that you want to be able to create?
Yeah, the idea behind Crypto.IQ, the idea behind Crypto IQ was to create a community and a high quality educational firm where our members for a low price, less than $100 a month, which is what I wanted. We didn't want to do an expensive thing. For less than $100 a month, our members can join our community, get our content, which we publish every single day, our monthly newsletters that are printable and long, research reports, and simply you can ask us. You say, hey, I like this project. What do you guys think? And I'll answer you. We'll put out a report on it. And we wanted to create that ability to have that. And we're very grateful that it's been growing and it's been very successful. We're very excited about that.
Charlie, we'll make some more commentary and actually go through the parts and pieces of your offering here in just a little while. But for me personally, who took an 18-month path without your product, I wish I had had it, number one. Number two, I bought half a dozen newsletters that are ridiculously expensive in relation to yours. Yours is extraordinarily well done. And would you explain to people the fact that this isn't just a writer sitting over in the corner writing?
No, we have a whole team of people. We have a huge staff of 12 people here in Southwest Florida. In our office every day, we have a whole editorial team, a content team, analysts. We're putting out content every day. We're interviewing people. My good friend Ricardo Fluffy Pony from Monero, I just did a whole interview with him. We're chatting and discussing topics, and we published that on our newsletter. I know everyone in the crypto space, so we put out a lot of details, a lot of data. They're funny, they're interesting, they're easy to understand, easy to read, and everyone loves it. People stay, people stick around. It's a great company. It's a great product.
I can feel the buzz every time I come in the office. And for those of you that are new tonight, understand something. The reputation of Charlie is he's got the best Rolodex in the entire cryptocurrency space. I know most of you aren't old enough to understand what a Rolodex is. You know, one of the things. But he can reach out and touch people. The day after I met Charlie and went out on his boat called Satoshi, the very next day, the owner of Stellar Lumen, one of the top cryptocurrencies in the world, was in Charlie's living room. So Charlie, we really appreciate you and your reputation in the marketplace. And by the way, folks, again, I didn't mention this earlier, Charlie has been voted as one of the top 15 influencers in the entire world of cryptocurrency. And he's got a passion to be able to help all of you succeed. Charlie, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Best to Courtney, and we're glad you survived your T-bone accident where someone took on your Maserati.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. Hey, my next guest is going to be Randy Ozer, and Randy's going to give you a little bit different perspective. And actually, I tell people all the time, these guys are like the perfect mix. You've got Charlie with his tremendous background, literally since the beginning days of cryptocurrency, and he has partnered with these three gentlemen who have tremendous Wall Street experience. Actually, Randy, who I'm about to introduce you to, is going to be talking a little bit about the oncoming, what we consider to be an onslaught of institutional money that's going to be coming when just a couple other things get right in the marketplace. Randy started out as a trader, ended up owning his own hedge fund, ended up selling that hedge fund for an 8-figure deal to a major brokerage firm around the world. He's been semi-retired, although people that have this kind of a brain can't retire all the way. So when Crypto IQ got started, he came on board, and he kind of brings that Wall Street perspective. And for those of you that are doing any research in cryptocurrency, you're going to start to understand this is starting to shift. It's starting to shift away from just the speculative roll of the dice of people betting on a cryptocurrency, starting to shift over towards really looking at a company and looking at its success metrics like you would any stock, actually. And that's how the people who are in the institutional space are going to be doing. Randy, thanks for coming on tonight. We're really glad to have you as a guest.
Absolutely, John. I'd love to have you. Love to be here.
Randy, you and I have had a number of conversations about this because it's something that I just feel so strong about. Could you give us a little insight on what you feel like is on the horizon in regards to the institutional money? I'm talking about Goldman Sachs. I'm talking about hedge funds. I'm talking about family offices that manage the people's portfolios, et cetera. Tell us about where they are and what's about to happen that you see as far as institutional money coming into the crypto space, please.
What drew me to the crypto space was looking for an alternative to the antiquated equity markets and debt markets that we have. And, I'm not alone. Not alone in that thought. There's been in the last several months some very, very high profile Goldman Sachs employees and Morgan Stanley employees that are walking away from their bonuses, pre-bonuses, to jump into the crypto space, to get involved in what they see as the future of capital formation and, the tethering of fiat currency to something real. And they realize that, central banks have been a runaway freight train since 2008, printing money. And the time is coming when, if we meet our maker, or, the central banks meet their maker, people are going to be looking for a way to measure their wealth across the globe. Just not looking what their neighbor has, what their neighbor in Europe, Asia, Russia, and looking for commodities and things that you can measure your wealth across the globe in. And Roger and I talk a lot about how do we protect our wealth against banks printing money, central banks, governments, politicians creating money out of thin air. And we were drawn to Bitcoin and to cryptocurrency as a way to keep score across the globe. And, we're obviously a lot of years of experience on Wall Street, but we weren't the only guys in the building thinking about these types of things. And you start to see, even though, the media and the governments were kind of pushing back hard against crypto because they don't want to be held accountable. But you saw the money lining up around the sides. Circle, which was a subsidiary of Goldman Sachs, bought one of the larger exchanges. You start to see things like Coinbase getting into the business of custodializing money, and I'll get into that in a minute. And all of a sudden, everybody was waiting for Adult Swim, I should say, to start. They were lining up around the edge of the pool, waiting for their opportunity to jump in. But you can see the infrastructure setting up, not from what we've seen. We've seen, like Charlie said, a trickle compared to what we're about to see when it comes to the securitization of assets, the custodialization of personal assets, wealth. And to this point, I know that on CoinMarketCap, they put up numbers, 250, 300 billion, whatever that number is. When the real money comes and they begin to securitize assets and money starts to be easily custodialized, you're going to see trillions. And I'm not just talking one, just a fraction, 3 or 4% of the world wealth comes into crypto, and you're at 10 or 12 trillion, which is obviously a couple of orders of magnitude from where we are today. And I believe that with the infrastructure to properly hold those assets securely, that the crypto ecosystem, when properly navigated, is more secure than shopping at Target. And once that infrastructure is in place, the money is going to come in ways that we have not seen yet.
You guys had a great article today, and for those of you that are new today and you're taking a look at this offering of Crypto IQ's newsletter, they send out regular bulletins, and one of the ones that came out today I thought was fantastic. Randy, if you'd make a quick comment on it, you basically listed three things that have to be in place right now for the institutional money to come in. You had the liquidity issue, people being able to easily change cryptocurrency into fiat money if they want to. The custodial issue, that being the security of exchanges, and you talked about the third one being a regulatory scheme, and you and I've had this conversation a lot, a regulatory scheme where the regulators are fulfilling their obligation to the public to be able to protect what might be naive investors getting into ICOs, et cetera, and yet not having such draconian regulations that it pushes the technology offshore. Would you make comment on those three things that need to be in place, please?
Well, like you said, the most important thing is the security of money. People have to feel safe investing their money in order to invest. So my dad, or 55, 60-year-old men that have accumulated wealth, look at ways to protect a portion of their wealth, whether it's buying a house, buying gold, or buying digital gold, Bitcoin. But trying to teach a 60-year-old how to, get a digital wallet, put in two-factor authentication, go through the structure of delivering money into an exchange, converting that money via trade into various cryptocurrencies. It's a very difficult process. Can be, for millennials, it's, that have been growing up on iPads when they were 3, 4, 5 years old, it's an extension of their fingers. At 60, 65, if you've accumulated wealth and it's sitting at a bank at Merrill Lynch or Morgan Stanley, you have misgivings. You're worried about making a wrong keystroke, especially with what you read in the media, and, your 3% of your net worth disappearing. So the custodialization aspect is so important. I get calls every day. I have a lot of friends on Wall Street that manage, large tranches of money, family offices, and they're like, Rand, how do I buy Bitcoin in the most basic way? I mean, CEOs of publicly traded companies that have never done a Bitcoin transaction, like, Rand, can you help me? And, while individually I'm able to help a few people, that obviously is not a way to create mass scale. What you need is a company like Coinbase and Circle and several of these institutions, and it's coming on a mass scale, the ability to say, here's $500,000, buy me the top 10 coins or the top 30 coins, or a basket of both. Once that infrastructure is put in place, trillions of dollars are trying to get into the space will now have the structure to do it safely and securely. Just to go back to your issues regarding, the reason that, like I said, the whistle hasn't blown for the Adult Swim to start is people want to point fingers at the SEC. I think they've done a good job of trying to manage a brand new technology that 98% of the SEC employees have probably never partaken in themselves. How do you ask these people to create generational regulation on a brand new technology? I believe they genuinely want to create regulatory infrastructure for us to participate safely, but they actually don't have the bandwidth and talent in the room to create safe regulation. So I give them credit for, giving it to us in pieces, not swinging a machete and just, chopping off all the heads. The one thing they do realize is that capital formation in the future is going to be through blockchain and crypto. It is more secure, more efficient, just for all the reasons that we all participate in crypto. Our government, understanding that, has done a good job with the light regulation because it's going to happen anyway. And either it happens here or it happens in China, Russia, Korea, and everywhere else in the world, and we get left behind. Imagine if in 1997 or 98 or 99, when Warren Buffett was calling the internet something he couldn't understand, if we had just swung an axe at that from a regulatory standpoint and it developed in Europe. think about how dramatically our economy would look so different today. So they've done a good job. They're trying to get the infrastructure in place. And you could tell by the players and where the money is being positioned on the board that it's coming. They've given us a lot of good clues. Obviously, we reflect a lot of that in our newsletter and in the information we put out. But the regulations will be in place to allow this space to grow. And when it grows, it's going to grow in magnitudes. It's not going to be a trickle anymore.
Randy, thank you so much. And that's not only for tonight, but you guys' vision in creating Crypto IQ. We are so excited about the knowledge that we're getting and the foundation that we're putting in place for each of us participating. Let me introduce, if I may, Roger Tishner. Roger had been in almost 30 years as a trader and also in high-end equity trading and deal making. And Roger actually came out of retirement off the golf course to be able to join this team and is doing a phenomenal job. And I thought I'd ask Roger tonight some questions specific to the Crypto IQ offering. Again, for those of you new on here tonight, we're going to detail all the different offering in just a minute, but I wanted to have you hear it from one of the principals of the company. Roger, good evening. Thanks for coming on. And I know we're in your home, and I wanted to just ask you a couple of questions. You guys had a pretty clear vision when you got started, and you're now about 6-7 months down the road, I guess. Tell us about where you wanted to go when you got started, where you are right now, and where you see Crypto IQ going over the next year or so.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, John. Appreciate everybody taking their time. When we first started, it's a complex asset class, right? There's nothing like it. Having the ability to have somebody like Charlie on a daily basis teach us and show us where this may end up going based on our background, we kind of came together with, let's take Charlie's vision and kind of, for the lack of a better word, dumb it down so regular people could participate in the space, try to make investments with a plan, not just get promoted like a lot of material that's out there. A lot of people have seen Palm Beach and these other companies, promoting different, pump and dump stuff. That we don't want to participate in that. Charlie's got the ability to come up with great ideas in the space that actually work, what coins might revolutionize different areas. So we wanted to have a simple, inexpensive way to deliver that content and then evolve other products to professional traders. We're coming out with a trading course based on some of Randy's knowledge, some of my knowledge. You helped frame this course out. It'll be available in about 60 days. Take Charlie's ability to look at a blockchain asset and take our ability to trade it to possibly making a living at it. Very complex. We've put that together. It's been a lot of work. Like I said, you participated in many hours of that work. Those are the things we came together with as a team to take ideas and turn it into ways to make money. I mean, ideally, that's what we're here to do, right? Information and education. We can teach people how to participate in the market and invest in it. It's a new asset class. A friend of ours, John Najarian from CNBC, likens it to options, which I tend to agree with. You have a limited downside and unlimited upside, right? You can take a few $100s and turn it into many thousands of dollars. How do you do that? Which coins do you look at? What method do you do? Where do you put your money? Where do you, when to get in and when to get out? Those are all the things we're going to do with the newsletter, the manuals that we have. The trading room was another product that we just came out of beta testing literally a few days ago, with many ideas, professional traders and research analysts that work for our team. And, at the top of it is basically Charlie's ideas handed over to us and the analysts to put out the other side to how do you make money with this stuff, right? How do you protect your money once you do that? Where do you put it? So really, John, that's what we try to do from the very beginning. Get the masses involved if they want to get involved, and for the people that actually want to put money to work, how to do it and what to do it with.
And Roger, speaking from experience of having spent, I think the cheapest newsletter that I had ever purchased before I discovered you guys was about $2,500. And that would give you the 3 magic coins that were bound to just explode, many times didn't, and then also give you kind of an alert, maybe once or twice a month, and your price point obviously was very thought out. That wasn't something you came to, just out of the air. Why did you make your price point less than these other publications, and yet for anybody that looks at yours, they would have to say yours is far superior? You guys were very specific about keeping the price point low. What was the purpose on that?
Ideally, that was mainly Charlie's mindset. He wants to get as much, as many participants at a low cost basis, right? So from a sales organization such as yours, you're at a little bit of a cross current. You want a higher price. And that's why new products will evolve from our company, such as the trading manual and the trading room, to gradually, if someone's really interested in the space, give them more and more information, maybe more hands-on. We may have the ability to do webinars, interactive webinars. We may have live seminars and trading courses and classes in person. Those are just the things as the company evolves. The price point is too low probably, but it gets a lot of people the ability to look at it. And then you have the ability to sell somebody additional information once they see your content and become, you're a trusted source, and they really understand that Charlie and our team has a better handle on it maybe than anybody else out there, really, that we've seen. I mean, for the price point, for the ability to.
It is outstanding. And Roger, if you could give us, just kind of to close, a little insight on what goes into that newsletter. It's beautifully graphic, rich, etc. But I know there's got to be planning at the beginning of the month or well before the beginning of the month, and then there's a process. I've been to your office a number of times, and I describe it as a beehive. There's just a buzz of activity. You've hired writers, editors, researchers. Just give us a little insight as to what goes into that newsletter every month, please.
Sure. The one thing that really that catalyzes the whole thing is Charlie's Rolodex. We have the ability to pick up the phone and personally interview CEO developers of the major teams and major coins anywhere in the world. And almost nobody else could do that, where if somebody has a seed of an idea from an article anywhere in the world, myself or Randy or Mike or Charlie will give it to our research analysts and our writers and say, look, call the CEO. Charlie has the number right here. I'll send an email and say, call Fluffy Pony from Monero. We want to set an interview and ask questions that nobody has access to. So information, new technologies that are on the horizon. It starts with just a conversation, and it develops through the team into the process that you see. So really, it's really Charlie's Rolodex that nobody can duplicate that. The people that are in the space are new. They don't have the connections to the CEO and developer level contacts that Charlie has. So really, it's very unique, and it's once in a maybe generation that somebody has this ability in a space that's growing very rapidly. You don't see it with the price at CoinMarketCap, but the money being deployed, even IBM's probably spent $1 billion already on blockchain technologies and patents. That's just all infrastructure stuff that'll be coming later on, in the industry. So we have the ability to find out a lot of stuff. Really, it's almost inside information, but it's not classified as that with crypto yet because of Charlie's contacts. It's fantastic, really. We're in a bear market now, so it's not reflective of what's truly going on in the market. Prices are reflecting the activity and the money that's coming in.
You guys, Roger, I didn't mention this earlier. You guys actually have a vetting process. In other words, some of these publications, they'll give you some coins to, get into. You guys actually have I believe, a 100-point vetting process that you actually apply against the coins that you recommend, as well as any ICOs that you either get involved in or recommend. Can you give us just a couple minutes on that, please?
Yeah, sure. So Charlie's ability to identify blockchain assets and what may actually work as a blockchain, as a crypto, where Randy and I could look at the team, let's say, how can they deploy capital? Could they be in business a year from now? Is it a security? Is it a utility? One thing that nobody probably knows is we have a in-house counsel. He was a senior partner at a large law firm called Greenberg Traurig. He works for us exclusively. He was a top securities attorney in Florida. Not many firms like ours has the ability to have somebody like that. So, we'll also look at his perspective. Are we recommending something that may be a security and get suspended by the authorities? Because that's something that, Randy and I look at. If you're in a coin that gets shut down, you're not going to be able to get out your money, right? So, these little ideas that you see in print are all vetted through a system. Charlie has a system. I have one that I've traded my own capital for 25 years. So is Randy. And, we're not keen on putting money in without having a chance for it to win and getting it back out. So, again, we're in a nasty bear market. These things happen. If you have to put out ideas all the time, you're not always going to be correct. A lot of this is informational ideas. The trading room will have more actual vetted buy and sell points. The newsletter's more, it could be stale in 3 weeks. In crypto, it moves so fast that 2 weeks could go by and, huge prices could occur. So it depends on what someone's level of interest and participation is. But I think our firm has the ability to take care of a day trader or the long-term trader or just a novice person that's trying to get a look at what crypto might be for them.
Hey guys, we really appreciate your time this evening. Pass on our thanks to Charlie. You're welcome to stay on the webinar, but I'm going to turn it over to Gregory. Again, appreciate everything you're doing and just love your product. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you guys
for your time.
Good luck. Have a great night. Thank
you, gentlemen. Hey, I'm going to do a reverse introduction. Gregory was kind enough to introduce me to begin with. I'll introduce Gregory. Gregory is our COO. We kid with him. We call him the guy in the engine room. And for those of you who've ever run a company, you know that you need someone extraordinarily competent in that area. And Gregory is exactly that. He has done an amazing job from taking this from a vision to where it is right now. I joined the boat a little bit downstream, so to speak. But I really appreciate Gregory and all the things that he's done and is doing. And he's going to take over the webinar at this point in time and give you a little bit of insight on the offering that you're able to get engaged with if you're new tonight, and also a special promotion through the end of July for those of you that are already involved as affiliate marketers with us. So Gregory, over to you.
Hey, very good. And thank you so much, John. Great job. And thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Randy. And also thank you, Mike, the fourth partner, who wasn't able to be on the call with us tonight. But, he's in
Los Angeles, by the way, I think, talking at a symposium.
There you go. So, we are global. And I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. So hold on a second here. And we'll start the screen share. And there we go. Mission control. Okay. Well, certainly welcome to the Crypto Revolution, and I want to thank all of you that are attending here tonight. I know there's many guests, and as John said, I'm going to give a brief overview of the products and services that are available through Crypto IQ and how you can access those, this very select and very valuable information, and also then briefly going to talk about the benefits of joining us on the affiliate side and the opportunity to share in the revenue and opportunity that represents. So welcome to the Crypto Revolution, the new paradigm in digital currency, and certainly the paradigm shift is happening. The money of the future is here, and the question is, are you ready to raise your crypto IQ? And we really have a wonderful name because we can help people around the world raise their crypto IQ and profit. So the IQ team, as I hope you can understand by now, has an unparalleled combination of crypto and financial expertise, a unique combination of skills in the Crypto IQ core founders team. And as John mentioned, they actually have a 100-point vetting process of all the coins and ICO recommendations. And even with that, it's not 100%, but it's a 100-point vetting. And I know of no other newsletter in the industry doing anything like that. So there are 3 ways to get started. Briefly, as a customer, and you can learn and achieve crypto success safely. You may choose to join us as a free affiliate member, get paid for sharing, and there's an opportunity to become a paid $99 affiliate member owner, which ownership has its benefits. So I'm going to go over each of these very briefly, very quickly. First of all, the Crypto IQ Essentials, a robust group of information. It starts with our monthly newsletter, and you've heard quite a bit of talk about that newsletter and the value it brings. There's also daily advisory updates. So you're getting daily updates from, from the whole research and editorial team. You're getting your own private dashboard that's chock full of information. You have access to all of our previous newsletters and wonderful free reports, white papers, as Charlie mentioned, that they do from time to time on various ICOs and various coins that are out there. And one of the things that people are most excited about is model portfolios. And this is how the Crypto IQ guys themselves are investing their money. And as you've said so well, John, on numerous occasions, this portfolio alone is probably worth $10,000, but you can get it for a ridiculously low price. And how do you get this type of priceless information? Well, you get the IQ Essentials, and that includes the newsletter, the recommended portfolios, the daily updates, the special reports, access to past newsletters, and an exclusive private Facebook group. And, I should change a slide because other newsletters, there is no comparison, but they charge, as you said, John, anywhere between $1,500 and $4,500 a year for these newsletters. And because of Charlie's vision and really helping, the average person, we have a special introductory price of only $69 a month or $597 a year. That's like less than a cup of coffee a day. That's like a little bit over $1.50 a day for this priceless information. And it's not just a newsletter. You heard some reference about education and training. Well, we have the Mastering the Basics of Cryptocurrency, which is the definitive A to Z cryptocurrency educational training. It goes through the complete history of cryptocurrency. It helps you with selecting and setting up your wallets and your trading accounts. It also gets you trading successfully. There is a first printing limited edition. There's only 1,000 numbered copies, and they're signed by none other than Charlie Shrem. And that's available for you, through Crypto IQ Global. And, so the most popular way that people join us is there's two ways. We have a $349 combo pack, which includes the monthly subscription to the newsletter, plus the $299 training manual. That's a $368 value, and it's a $19 savings. That's $349. Okay, that's it's just an uncomparable deal. Our most popular way is the $799 combo pack, and that includes a 1-year subscription of the Essentials newsletter and advisory service, plus the training manual. That's an $896 value, and there's a $98 savings. Those are the two most popular ways that people join us as a customer or as an affiliate. And by the way, same price as a customer, same price for an affiliate. So, there's no push. We encourage everyone to start by being a product of the product, as we like to say. Get your hands on this essential information. Now let me talk just briefly about the Crypto IQ Global Affiliate Program, where you can get paid for sharing. And our mission and vision is very simply is to empower people around the world to achieve crypto success and to take the mystery out of cryptocurrency investing. And we do that by providing the gold standard in crypto education and help millions of people worldwide to become financially free. And we also intend to create a significant income, and that's why many of you are on the call with us here tonight, for people and teams that choose to help us. So tonight, we're going to make two big announcements, okay? The first is our July Super Bonus Program, and the second is our new social sharing system. And the July Super Bonus Program, you're going to make 2-time commission on personal sales. It starts today, goes through July 31st, and we're building for an August 1st launch. I'm going to go into this in more detail. We're going to the social sharing system. We're launching August 1st. It's a state-of-the-art in social sharing, and it's iOS and Android native application. So a really high-tech, wonderful tool that I'm sure you're all going to enjoy. So let me talk briefly, and it's a simple, powerful marketing tool. So let me talk about the new social sharing system. And this is what's called the Bright Tools Social Sharing System by Sound Concepts. We researched the industry. We scoured the industry. We looked for the best of the best. Sound Concepts is a leader in direct selling tools and support for over 36 years. These guys are serving billion-dollar direct selling companies with the same technology that we're going to be making available to our teams here on August 1st, okay? And it's a breakthrough in social media sharing technology, and it's a simple text, email, podcast, video, PDF sharing platform from a robust library, and it's from native iOS and Android apps. And it's also going to be a place where training is all in one place for you to listen to podcasts, replays, watch training videos, all at your fingertips. Imagine you could take, Coffee and Crypto by Charlie every Friday. And last Friday, he did a fabulous one. If he does that every Friday, it's usually like 3 to 5 minutes, Crypto and Coffee with Charlie, and be able to push it out through Facebook, through all of your various social media platforms. And if someone reads it, clicks on it, and it comes back to you and to your application. So it has a full contact manager and tracking to keep you on top of what you're sharing. And it's also a good platform for notifications from corporate to the field, keeping you up to date on the latest training and information. The importance is it's simple. It's simple enough for a 7-year-old or a 65-year-old. It's a simple but powerful technology. I know you're going to love it. And all the best digital tools on native apps, on a native app and a companion desktop, Bright Tools platform has it all. So stay tuned. We're going to be talking more about that on our Monday call next week. We're going to be actually maybe doing some screen sharing, but that's going to be released to the field on August 1st. Now, I do want to tell you, available right now, we have a new Think Again landing page. And this is available to all of our affiliate members. There's a 2-step, 2-video landing page. And thank you, John, the creator of those 2 videos. Excellent job. If you haven't seen them yet, you need to get to that landing page. There's a 3-minute teaser that leads to a 16-minute overview. And many of you probably came on this call tonight because somebody sent you a link to that Think Again landing page. And these landing pages are directly linked to your personal Become a Customer page or I Want More Information lead capture form, and you get a notice when people request that information. All you need to do is write this down. Once you become an affiliate with it, you put your username, cryptocoop.co, Think Again 1. And that's a clue. I wonder why it's Think Again 1. You think there's maybe a Think Again 2 is going to be coming down the pipe here pretty soon. And be sure to test your links to make sure before you use them, because sometimes the links get a little confused and you might have a cookie embedded and you might be sending out somebody else's link. If you looked at somebody else's cryptocoop.co Think Again page, that cookie may be embedded in your system. And if you're not careful, you could be sending out invitations to your sponsor's website. So I just want to say this is available now, a very powerful tool. We just launched it just in full operation last week. So this is brand new and available now today. So let me move on to the July Super Bonus Program. And I want to first thank our partners at Crypto IQ because they're participating with us. And this is just about unheard of. We are actually doing 2 times personal commissions for the rest of the month of July. So starting today, July 9th through July 31st, you'll earn a 50% commission on personal sales. Okay, that means if you sell a $597 Essentials annual subscription, you'll earn $298.50, almost $300 for selling a 1-year subscription. If you sell a $799 combo, you'll earn $399, almost $400 for selling 1 combo pack. Now, the program guidelines are very simple. Sales must be made and paid by between today, July 9th, and July 31st. It applies to the following products: the Essentials monthly and annual subscriptions, and to the Mastering the Basics of Cryptocurrency training manual. It can be purchased individually, or it can be purchased in the combo packs with the monthly subscription for $349 or with the annual subscription for $799. You heard us discuss the trading room, our inner circle trading room, just coming out of beta testing. We're not including that in this XX commission right now. Stay tuned, but that is something to look forward to, because we're always going to be enhancing the products and services coming from Crypto IQ. So this applies only to level 1 personal sales, And the 10% level 2 and 5% level 3 and the 10% bonus pool remain the same. So this is only for level 1 personal sales between today and July 31st, leading up to the launch of our new, social sharing technology on August 1st. So real quickly, let me just briefly go over. We have 2 membership types. We have free members. It's an easy way in, free affiliate member. You get a free personal business e-commerce website, so you can use that Think Again landing page I was talking to you about. You can share and enroll other customers and members, and you earn 50% on personal sales during the month of July. It's normally 25% and 5 to 10% on your team sales. Or you may choose to become a paid affiliate member, and ownership actually has its benefits. You own a share in Crypto IQ Global Business, and there's a one-time $99 membership fee required. All the free membership benefits come to you, plus you get to participate in the 10% monthly revenue sharing pool and participate in annual profit sharing. Now, I do want to mention that the revenue sharing, the profit sharing is based on performance. If you don't do anything, you won't earn anything, okay? But if you do help us contribute to our overall global success, you can share in 10% of our global revenue, and you can share in our annual profits. So very exciting opportunity. So again, 3 ways to get started: as a customer, as a free affiliate, or as a paid member affiliate. So, John, I tried to keep this tight, and for everyone this evening, I want to encourage you to get back with the person that invited you. Go to their personal affiliate website, become a customer affiliate, and choose the products and services that are best for you. So, John, if you'd like to, put any closing comments, I'll turn the rest back over to you.
Thank you, Gregory. Great job as always. And folks, just a little bit of a message from the heart. I'm a 65-year-old guy, and I always kid that I'm the perfect example that you can teach an old dog new tricks. When Randy was talking about, older people, 60, 65, I almost chimed in and said, I resembled that remark. But look, here's the reality. If you are really someone who is interested in impacting the financial well-being of your family for, I think, ultimately generations, here's one of those moments. It doesn't happen often, but this moment has happened. And when we look back on this, we're going to look back on this as being more disruptive and more far-reaching than even the internet was. Most of you don't get the impact that Charlie and I were talking about briefly, about the fact that unbankable people around the planet are going to literally be able to start businesses as long as they've got a mobile phone, and that they're going to be able to be paid in cryptocurrency. And I can tell you that cryptocurrency is exploding in places like Africa. It's exploding all over places in Asia. This is a change in human interaction that will change us for the rest of our lives. Now, we tend to look at money only as being what we know money to be. Well, there used to be a day where people would pay money would be simply handing someone an animal. There came to a point in time where they eventually moved it to little nuggets or coins. We are simply going through a transition of what money is. And doesn't it make sense that it's going to go to digital money? I mean, what else in your life is not moving to digital? This just makes complete and total sense. The exciting thing to me about this space is you don't need to be wealthy to get involved and to do well. There are stories of people who have literally put in a couple $100 and they turned it into tens of thousands or even 6-figure. I don't know if that'd make a difference for you, but I don't know too many people that wouldn't make a difference for. And the real key to succeeding in this marketplace, it's real simple. It's insightful knowledge. It's not just knowledge. There's a lot of people out there, I call them the carnival barkers, that are basically out there telling you where to invest your money. That's not what you're dealing with here. You're dealing with people who are putting an enormous amount of investment in researchers, in writers, and copywriters, and editors to be able to provide a world-class product at a ridiculously low price. So if you are someone who is either curious about cryptocurrency or you're semi-competent in cryptocurrency and want to have a resource that's going to make a huge difference for you, I just can't imagine that you would find someplace that's going to give you a better product with people with a more rounded skill set than what you see at Crypto IQ. We are all here to help you, for those of you that want to get involved. And by the way, and I'll end by saying this, you don't need to be a marketer to get involved. If you simply want to have the product and be a customer, welcome aboard. It just so happens that our model is very similar to that of Amazon or that of Coinbase. Affiliate marketing programs are very popular today. You can become an Amazon affiliate, and you can send someone the link, and if they buy something, then you make a little bit of money. If you go to Coinbase, which is the most popular exchange, and you open up an account, the first thing you're going to see up there is send this to a friend and get $10 worth of Bitcoin. It's an affiliate program. It's something that's very popular in the cryptocurrency space. So if you just want to be a customer, that's there for you. If you think you're going to like the product and say, you know what, I'd love to tell Joe down the street about this, he's always talked about this, then you simply become an affiliate. You can be a free affiliate or a paid affiliate, your choice. You send that link to Joe, and when they come on board, then you make a little bit of money. That's a marketing campaign that many companies have turned to today. So we want to thank you for coming on board. Hope you enjoyed the evening. It was a deeply insightful presentation by our partners at Crypto IQ. Gregory, thank you for your arrangement of everything, and hope everybody has a great evening. And I encourage you, don't let this moment slip by without taking advantage of it and benefiting your family going forward in life. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.